All right, very good. It's nice to have you once again back with us at RESPA. And today's very session, we're going to make it very interactive and very engaging as possible. Today, we're going to be talking about data analytics in the fintech industry. I'm sure one of us, we've interacted with fintech products one way or another. We've had a cause to engage in a form of service, be it payment or transactional service over time. And today we're going to be looking at a very interesting subject. We're going to be seeing how data can affect the fintech industry. That's data analytics in the course. All right. So I'm going to be handing the session over to Sandra. But before Sandra comes up, I'd like to know where you're joining us from. I know we have Von Duffon here, Godfrey, and some. All right, so I'd like to know where you're joining us from.
All right, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you all on this wonderful session. Just like Tolulade said, please kindly chat in where you're connected from, where you have joined us from. And today we'll be looking at data analytics in the fintech industry. So the truth of the matter is that even if you do not realize it, fintech is likely a big part of our personal and professional day-to-day activities, such as the use of smartphones for transfer of money from one person to another, or even recharging our phone lines with airtime or data. There are so many things we can do with our smartphones and even our computers. Okay. So, according to Ernst& Young, they have looked at the global fintech adoption index. Okay, fintech adoption rates are more than 2/3. That's like about 64% globally, up from 16% in 2015. So that is to say, the fintech industry is growing like a wildfire. Okay, and specifically, we are going to be looking at how it affects the fintech industries. Okay. Now, in recent years, also, we have seen that fintech has brought about a major shift, disrupting so many business sectors, particularly the financial sectors, compared to how traditional banks used to operate in those days. We can see that fintech has brought in a more seamless of transacting to that. As displayed, you can see some of those differences between the traditional banks in those days and the effect of fintechs in today's activities. Okay, unlike those days where we have to go to the banks where they offer very complex system of transactions. You have to lodge a checkbook. You have to present so many things before it can be cleared. But today, you can actually get transfers just instantly from one point to another person. Okay, so fintech has added so many seamlessness. They've come to relieve a lot of stress from what we used to be uh, aware of, or what we have always practiced in the traditional banking sectors. Although some of those traditional banking methods are still on, but compared to with the touch of fintech, you can see that all of them are gradually phasing out. Okay, so this change has resulted in unique and seamless user experience, which helps clients to understand and adopt fintech effortlessly. Okay, so we are going to proceed to look at what exactly fintech is all about. According to Forbes, we look at fintech as a catch-all term okay, for any technology that is used to expand, streamline, digitize, or even disrupt traditional financial services. Okay, could also be regarded as new applications or processes or products or even business models in the financial service industries composed of one or more complementary financial services and provided as an end-to-end process via the internet. Okay, so fintech is the use more of the internet. And like I said before, you can use your smartphone, you can use your laptop, so many devices to make your transactions just from the comfort of your home, compared to the olden days ways of making payments. So fintech industries have different aspects. Okay, some of those branches, we look at wealth techs. Okay, we have apps like the Carrywise, Piggyvest. They are online savings and management platform. However, you can also invest with some of them. So you can categorize them as wealth tech or even invest tech. So we also have invest techs like the Bamboo, the M1 app. They allow the users to actually purchase stocks. Okay, so there are so many things you can actually do using various fintech platforms. We have the insurtech as well. Okay, the Allianz NG insurance app that allow you to purchase insurance policies for you, for your family, for your car, and for so many other things that insurance can cover. Okay, we also have the paytech, where you have payment channels like the Paystack and Flutterwave. Okay, so the use of smartphones, just like I said before, and mobile banking, investment, borrowing, and even investment technologies that are aimed at rendering financial services and making it more accessible to the public. Okay, so definitely we have some of the challenges. If you have so many of these vast methods of transactions online, okay, and also investment, there's challenges, of course. Okay, so platforms like Flutterwave, see that it is how the growth rate of fintech has been. Fintech alone has raised about $170 million, okay, and that's valued at about $1 billion in 2021, just in 2021. And you can also look at Paystack, which is a Nigerian fintech company acquired by Stripe Financial Giants just last year, October 2020, for a whopping sum of $200 million. Now, this is one of the largest, in fact, is the largest fintech acquisition in Nigeria so far. Okay, so be that as it may, we can see that the market screener has told us that the global fintech market will be worth $26.5 trillion by 2022. 2022 is just by the corner. So the fintech is really growing. Fintech industries, they are really growing like a wildfire, just like I said, with an average annual growth rate of 6%. Okay. So at this point, I would like to welcome everyone again. And if you're just joining us, you're also welcome. We're talking about the how we can improve the data analytics in financial industries, how data analytics can help to solve some of the challenges that fintech industries are facing currently. Okay, and please chat in where you're connected from, and if you have questions as we proceed, please also chat it in. We'll do our best to answer all the questions. So now let's look at what exactly is data analysis. Data analytics is a discipline focused on extracting insights from data, including data analysis, collection, organization, and storage of data, as well as the tools and techniques, okay, used to do so. So data analytics is like it's a discipline on its own. It's like a field of study where so many techniques and tools are used to collect data, um, polish data, filter data, and then analyze and translate those data to a simplified form, okay, for better business decisions. Okay. Now, like I said before, despite the position of the positive change that accompanied fintech industry, there are definitely various challenges that the industry faces as well. And those challenges, many of which data analysis can actually solve. So some of those challenges are analysis and prediction of transaction, credit risk evaluation, fraud detection and prevention, revenue and debt collection, and also customer journey attribution. So we're going to be looking at these challenges one after the other as we proceed, so we can have a clearer understanding of how data analytics can help to curtail those challenges. So the first one, data analysis and prediction. Okay, analysis and prediction of transactions. Transaction volume analytics and prediction, they are very crucial for any fintech company, okay, because they are used to improve product value to customers. By the time you analyze data, it enables a better classification of payment records, okay, and this enables fintech firms to tailor additional services to the needs of their clients. By the time you analyze your transactions, you can actually predict uh, which of these payment channels is doing better, okay, where do you need, you can actually also predict what more needs to be done, okay. If one service is not meeting all the needs of your consumers, definitely you can add more services that can fill in the gaps of those transactions that are left unattended, okay. So that's what data analysis can help us achieve. We also look at credit risk evaluation. Now, in order to determine how credit worthy customers are, for some of these fintech firms, those that want to lend money, the fact that you're a loan organization, you don't just give out your money to anybody that comes. You have to scrutinize to be sure that if I give you this money, you are going to pay me back as at when due. Okay, data analysis can actually help us to know credit worthy customers. Yes, it can help us to do that. By the time you analyze trends and so many other data provided by the customer, you can actually tell if this customer is credit worthy. If I should give my money to this business or individual, will I get it back, or will it become a challenge for me in the future? Also, we look at fraud detection and prevention. Yes, fraud detection is very important, because if you make a transfer to me and I claim I have not received it, data analysis can help us to track and to see whether the transaction was actually successful or not. Yes. So fraud detection and prevention are is very important, okay? And they're among the top priorities of any fintech company, especially with the rate of e-commerce and e-credit system. Okay, so data analytics have the power to detect and prevent frauds, as well as allow real-time assessment of fraudulent motives on any given payment. We hear things like fake alerts. We hear things like so many stories going about that data analysis can help us to prevent. Okay. So also revenue and debt collection. Data analytics enables the utilization of powerful prediction models in order to optimize revenue and debt collection. It is possible to predict the probability of timely payment, okay? And this is going to make revenue collection more transparent. Yes. So at the same time, insights of behavioral economics and predictive modeling can be applied to allow for more successful debt collection, more once due dates have been surpassed. So what this is just saying is still related to the loan lending firms, fintech firms. Yes. So if you're giving out your credits, it is very, very, very important to get it back. Okay, that's the only way we can continue to generate revenue. If you're giving out services, you should be getting them back as at when, getting your payments back as at when due. So another challenge currently facing the fintech industry is customer journey attribution. Customer acquisition costs, and customer lifetime value are key metrics for fintechs. Okay, as it is for other businesses. This is going to minimize churn rates, optimize conversion rates, and they're also crucial activities within most fintech companies. So data analysis is going to enable the structured understanding of all kinds of interaction. Okay, so throughout the entire customer journey, data analysis is going to help us to know which customer is going to continue using our platform. It's going to help us to know customer experience. Do they like this particular product? Will they continue using this product? Will they not continue with the product? So with time, it can help your business to make adjustments. Which business model, which of our current business model do we need to adjust? Which of our current model do we need to maintain? Which one do we need to scrap completely? Okay, so these are key decisions that helps businesses to stay scaling and also successful. So with these challenges and pointers of fintechs, I can assure you that data analysis can definitely help you to curtail all of these and even many more. So at this point, if you would like to, we actually render data analysis training, and if you would like to know more about us, please check out our website at www.racepatechnologies.com.ng. Also do well to follow us on our social media platforms at Racepat Technologies. And so this is all we have. This is all I have from my end. At this point, I will leave the floor for questions. And if you have anything to contribute, we are here to meet with you. Thank you very much.
Hi, thank you. Thank you, Sandra. And we're not done yet. So we just had the first session, the first interplay session. And please feel free to drop in your questions in the chat section. We'd like to get your feedback. We'd like to understand what is it you're currently facing in your business, be it a fintech business or currently if you work in the traditional banking sector or insurance sector, as it were. You understand? So let me while we're waiting for your questions in the chat area, I like to pose a particular case study or a particular scenario. Now, for example, a couple of years ago, I met Susan, and Susan, works in the banking industry, and she had to use Excel sheets for some particular task, at at a place of work, and she's not so familiar with Excel as it were, or with spreadsheet. Not that she can't handle the program, but due to the fact that it's an industry standard, so it's expected that she has to use it. So this is a particular scenario. Now, say for example, a company, a particular fintech company X or Y, they need to understand what is happening at a particular store or at a particular location. They want to understand, they want to be able to, to predict sales outputs. They want to be able to know what exactly is happening at a particular store. Are they irregular transactions? Are they unusual transactions? Are they anomalies? Are they anything that can affect that can affect the business? So these are usual scenarios that currently happens in the business, and it's not just limited to the fintech business. You have the e-commerce as well, and other sectors related to it. So basically, what you can see here is sometimes you have what we call overdependence on data analysts. So more often than not, these businesses get overdependent on data, on a data analyst, or probably a particular expert, like a machine learning expert. We're not saying that these companies or these businesses shouldn't employ these experts. No, we're not saying that. What we are saying is there is an overdependence on this data science analysts and likes of it. And the next thing is, yeah, as I said before, they are boring spreadsheet. The next thing again is they're also expensive alternatives. Now these businesses, the problem is they want to be able to they want to increase their turnaround time and their operation. So how can they solve this particular problem? Now, from what you can see, if you can see this data chart, if you can see this data chart very clearly. Now, our team did a research on the financial market in Nigeria, as you can see. Now, what you can see here is very clear. Now, what you see is this. Now, if you see this line, you see something very interesting. Now, this is the number of ATM transactions, currently ongoing. So it tells you the behavioral pattern of users in the Nigerian financial market, right? Now, but there's something very interesting. Now, what you realize is that if you check out this graph, you will see that in the last decade, there's been a drastic decline, a very drastic decline in the use of check payments. As you can see, this is check payments. Now, for the last decade, there's a massive drastic decline, but there's something very interesting in this particular data when we research this data. Now, if you can see these two lines here, this is more like a lighter green or something, and you can see this like a shade of blue. Now, what you see here right now is that there's an increase in the digital payments, right? Now, this digital payment arises from mobile transactions, and arise from web payments. And this is not new, because if you look at it, in the last 5 years, we've had a growth of fintech in Nigeria and in the African market as a whole. The likes of Paystack, the likes of Federal and every day we keep hearing more about these new fintechs coming, which is very good for the economy. So, but now where am I driving to? Now, what I'm driving to is that now there's a need for digital security in this particular business, right? Digital securities and the case of understanding different units, the case of understanding, like for example, okay, now if you can see this now, like for example, like a POS point, for example, a particular fintech company or an e-commerce store can have a point of sales at a particular region, different from their head office or different from an operating region. So how are they able to aggregate this data seamlessly, in time and in improving their turnaround time? All right. Then also, what we also realized is that 50% of the index fraud rates regarding payments right now arise from ATM and mobile payments. So, so far, what we can drive out right now is that there's a need for what we call the digital, increased digital securities and increase the increase the anomaly detection and the likes of it. All right. Now regarding this, this is not some of these challenges are not peculiar to the fintech business as a whole. Please feel free to drop in your questions. I think I can see someone. I'll drop a question there also. So as I was saying, these challenges are not peculiar to the fintech business. So you find out in the energy business, for example, where I previously worked. You also find out in the mobility and telecoms business. you'll find out that there are also challenges regarding making easy business decisions, because most teams want to make easy business decisions. They want to automate the boring stuff. Yeah, there are different tools to use and the likes of it, but however, you find that the managers and supervisors, they want to make the work easy. And this is where we come in at Rtop Technologies. Now, we developed a solution called the Rtop Square. And so it's a simple web-based platform that helps you to analyze free-form business data. So what it means is that without the need of a machine learning expert or a data science expert, it means that business teams or technical teams can just connect their data, be the data platforms, the data warehouse, or their silos, wherever it is located. They can connect to RT Square, and RT Square does the work for them. Now, one of our key offerings is in the area of anomaly detection, in terms of detecting irregular transactions or detecting irregularities in a business or chain process. And another thing again is also the predictions. Able to predict possible outcomes. Regarding different stores. Now this helps the business to increase their turnaround time, helps the business to make decisions very, very easy, because we're saving all that stress, and we've made the platform accessible. We've reduced risk. Data is secured. Our team is not even able to see the data. In terms of simplicity as well. Too, we've also done simplicity as well to service. And now, all right, yeah. So once you go on this link, I'm sure my team will be dropping this link in the chat section. Once you go on this link, and you can sign up for the, what do you call it? You can sign up to our wait list, and you'll be ready to get on board next year, January. All right. So thank you. All right. So I'm moving to questions right now. All right. Sorry, can you hear me? All right. So feel free to drop in your questions. All right. So feel free to drop in your questions. Hi, Sandra. You made a very interesting point. When you took your session, you talked about the current growth in the fintech business and in the fintech market, and you also spoke about the challenges that are being faced. I would like you to just to do a refresher. Regarding, you can share your slide again if you want to. Just do a refresher regarding the current growth and the challenges and how data and AI is currently solving that. Hello, Sandra, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. So, like, as I was saying, you made mention of some very, very key insights. You showed us some very great insight regarding fintech, the fintech market in Nigeria currently, and regarding how data and AI can solve some peculiar challenges in that market, which is also related to e-commerce and other industries. I'd like you to just do a refresher for us. I know some joining late. Just to do a refresher for us.
Okay, I was actually discussing some of the fintech markets. We have the invest tech, okay, some of those investment platforms where you can actually have we have the pay tech. Those are strictly payment channels, okay, strictly payment channels where you can carry out transactions from one end to the other seamlessly without having to traditionally go to the bank and staying there or or queuing for long hours or lodging your check and having to go through so many troubles before you are attended to. So these are channels we can use that can easily and seamlessly help us to carry out transactions. Okay, so like I said, the wealth tech, these are online savings platforms. Okay, you have Carrywise, you have Piggyvest, you have so many of them as well that can help you to save online. Okay, you can actually lock your money there and then you get some interest over time. But as much as we want to do that, they have very secure uh, um, methods, okay, and these all have been put together, okay, using data that can help us to to checkmate the progress of how customers have successfully used them over time. Okay, and we have InsurTech. Those are also fintech firms that can allow us to purchase um, insurance uh, policies, okay, online. So we have various many of them like that can help us to carry out transactions seamlessly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Sandra, for that very insightful section. And also, if you check in the chat box, we've dropped the link. That's the link to RT Open Square. We're talking, recently regarding what we're doing at RISPA to drive and to make a change regarding data security analytics and regarding accelerating key business decisions for our customers, our numerous customers in in the financial market, in the financial industry, also e-commerce and other sectors, as it were. And as you can see, the link is also on the slides. Um, Also, we'll be watching out for your questions. And also, if you can't drop your questions here, you can send us an email at info@rispartechnologies.com.ng. I'm very much to answer your questions. All right, so wait for your questions. And if there are no any questions, we'll be calling a day. All right then. Thank you for coming, everyone, and do have a great day.